for Ronnie Lott. And Spielman recovers now. Darrell Green has it. And they'll rule it down. Holy cow, do you believe that?
Ladies and gentlemen, the clip that you just saw, that was not the 1991 NFC Championship game. That was not the wild card round of the playoffs or a pivotal game in the final weeks of the regular season. Hell, it wasn't even a lower profile regular season game in the middle of October. That clip you just saw, where the legendary Ronnie Lott damn near decapitated Pharrell Edmunds. Ronnie Lott hit this dude so hard, Pharrell Edmunds never played in this exhibition game again. Because the clip you just saw, it was from the 1991 Pro Bowl, the final Pro Bowl of Pharrell Edmunds' career for obvious reasons. I don't know about you guys, but if my ass was getting brutally introduced to the dirt in a meaningless football game, I wouldn't want to be a Pro Bowler either. But did you notice the intensity? And not just the intensity with the players on the field. Did you notice the intensity of the crowd? The crowd in Aloha Stadium was fully invested in that game. There were 50,345 people at the Pro Bowl in 1991. Now, I'm assuming 345 people were standing because Aloha Stadium only holds 50,000, which means the Pro Bowl, a game that means nothing, drew a crowd that was standing room only. Why? Because back then, NFL players treated the game like it actually mattered. It used to be an honor to make the Pro Bowl. For players, it was a free trip to Hawaii for their family. For fans, it was a reason, it was an excuse to visit Hawaii. For decades, the league treated the Pro Bowl like it actually meant something. Now, did the score, did the result of the game really matter? Not really. Did Jim Kelly care about his stats that day? Probably not, which I'm sure is hard for pretend NFL analyst Mina Kimes to believe and understand. How dare you say stats don't matter? Analyzing meaningless statistics is how I became a huge pretender. Even though the outcome, the result of the game didn't count, even though no one remembers who won the 1991 Pro Bowl, at the time, in that specific moment, the game meant something because NFL players treated the Pro Bowl like it meant something. And since the players bought in, since the players were committed, the fans were committed. You see how that works? That's how it works with all-star games. Hell, that's how it works with any game. For years, NBA struggled to draw ratings in the regular season because NBA players were treating the regular season like it didn't matter. If the players don't care about the regular season, why in the hell should I? Unfortunately, we no longer see classic, memorable moments like I just showed you from the 1991 Pro Bowl. In recent years, the Pro Bowl has become an embarrassment. It is, without a doubt, the worst all-star game in sports. Well, Uncle KC, the Pro Bowl is worse than the WNBA all-star game? I said the Pro Bowl is the worst all-star game in sports. Last I checked, pretend basketball was not a legitimate athletic event. Seriously, though, the Pro Bowl is an embarrassment every year to the NFL. And if you didn't believe me, if you thought Uncle KC was just being hyperbolic, the NFL proved my point last night with the toxic turd they presented on ESPN. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the second channel is in the description below. We've got a good one today on the second channel. Once again, television ratings for pretend basketball have mysteriously vanished. It's the strangest thing. Later this afternoon, we'll be talking about ratings for the Grammy Awards, which were released 48 hours after the live broadcast. NFL ratings, readily available. NBA ratings, easy to find. But when it comes to the secondary dump known as Unrivaled, like their colleagues in the WNBA, ratings for Unrivaled just suddenly disappear. So if you haven't already, click the link in the description below, subscribe to the second channel. Let me ask you something. How many of you guys knew that the Pro Bowl was last night? Traditionally, the Pro Bowl has always been played the Sunday before the Super Bowl, but in his unquenchable desire to have NFL games on television every night of the damn week, Roger Goodell, hey, it's me, Roger G! Uncle Roger has decided to move the Pro Bowl from Sunday afternoon to Tuesday night. To make it even more embarrassing, to make this meaningless exhibition seem even more meaningless, the Pro Bowl is no longer being played in a stadium. The new and improved Pro Bowl games, which makes it sound like the damn Olympics. The new and improved Pro Bowl games, it was played in a convention center in the City of Rainbows in San Francisco. A convention center? I thought convention centers were used for conventions. You know, business conventions, medical conventions, Star Trek conventions, Mardi Gras balls. If a convention center is used for a semi-athletic event, it's usually used for a WNBA game. That way, the dump can give the illusion that the game is sold out. Check out some of these highlights from what the NFL is describing as a magnificent event. As you can see, Deion's baby boy was finally able to complete a simple pass. Dak Prescott made the play of the year with a laser to Amon-Ra St. Brown. But for me personally, my favorite play from the night came from Micah Parsons. He mesmerized the crowd with his amazing ability to hold his cell phone while driving a scooter at the same time. I'm surprised that Micah Parsons wasn't pulled over by the police. As you guys know, texting and driving can be very dangerous. The Pro Bowl was played in a warehouse. Just think about that for a second. The NFL, a multi-billion-dollar organization. The NFL, the most powerful sports league in the country, and they're playing their all-star game in a warehouse? You know, I didn't think it could get any more embarrassing than the annual turd known as the NBA All-Star Game, but the Pro Bowl has taken the drizzling shits and turned it into the toxic runs. This should have never been allowed to happen. Last night was a disgrace to the game of football. But KC, this was never meant to be taken seriously. The Pro Bowl is supposed to be fun. Fun? Who in the hell was having fun last night? The only person I saw having fun was Jalen Hurts, who was taking doofus selfies on the sidelines with lonely men in the middle of the game. If players aren't going to take it seriously, if players don't want to be there, then why in the hell are we continuing this misery? Just cancel the Pro Bowl. Put an end to it. I know the NFL doesn't have a problem putting an end to things. They announced yesterday that they were putting an end to ICE. The NFL is proud to announce that ICE agents will not be allowed at the Super Bowl. The NFL is proud to be an inclusive league. All illegals are welcome in our safe space. Do I want ICE agents patrolling the Super Bowl, questioning every dude with Gomez on the back of his jersey? No. I think there are better ways to utilize their time. But that doesn't mean you have to announce it, because now the NFL has made Bad Booger look like a hero. The NFL has made Bad Booger look like he has beaten the federal government. What the hell ever happened to keeping your mouth shut? Not everything has to be announced. Not everything has to be public information. You know how most criminal organizations are dismantled? For decades, the mafia operated with impunity. The FBI tried for years to penetrate the mafia. They tried for years to bust them in the act of committing crime. They had plenty of success busting low-level street soldiers, but they could never get to the bosses. Hell, they couldn't even reach the captains. In the 1970s, the RICO Act was drafted and passed. It took the FBI almost 10 years to learn how to actually use it. Basically, the RICO Act gives the FBI the power to charge criminal organizations with conspiracy. They didn't have to bust you in the act of committing a crime. RICO gave them the power to give you 25 to life without parole for being the leader of a criminal organization. Problem was, they needed probable cause. They needed somewhere to start the investigation. They needed a legal reason to implement wiretap surveillance. But the FBI figured out if you threaten lower level guys with stiff prison sentences, they'll talk. They'll provide you with information that would take you years to develop using wiretaps and surveillance. And once the talking started, it was over for the mafia. It's the same thing with the NFL. Hell, it's no different with most problems in your personal life. Vast majority of problems are created, or at least started, because someone can't keep their mouth shut. How many times have you argued with your wife because you said something stupid? The NBA damn near destroyed itself in 2020 because they refused to shut up and dribble. The point is, there was no reason for the NFL to announce the absence of ICE at the Super Bowl. All they accomplished with this announcement was giving the wanker spankers another reason to spank off, and you potentially alienated half the country. The same half the country that you have already alienated by having Bad Booger performing at halftime of the Super Bowl. If the NFL wants to talk, if Roger Goodell has this unquenchable desire to speak, why don't you start talking about canceling the Pro Bowl? Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys later.